Hello, this is about my security solution. I'm sure I've come up with a solution, and the reason I've come up with that because it's infinite. We know that binary, that is the basis for computer programming and computers and things, is infinite in nature. I think so. If something's infinite, we know that it infinitely works. I come up with a solution, I believe, not just a security solution, but this is like a massive, massive breakthrough in my mind until I'm told any different. But I believe I've come up with an infinite solution to security online, and I need to be in an environment where I can share my idea without it being nicked and stolen or taken. And I've tried the government, and I don't have the funding or the resources or the knowledge to go out and get a programmer and have a word with him, or to get the trust even that I can talk to somebody. So I need to talk to somebody in the high places, somebody that is in the right field. So just recently, I was watching YouTube, and there was a Mr. John McAfee on there, and he was down there with some women and some guns, and he was ridiculed for it or something. It was a campaign against something. Anyway, it says he had a blog, and then I thought, this is the first real time, apart from being in a competition for Richard Branson and trying to get in front of Richard Branson, which nobody voted for my idea. It's like nobody wants a security solution to the market. But I saw. So I've gone onto Facebook to try and talk to Mr. John McAfee, and he's not gone onto his Facebook page yet. So I'm hoping that he does, because if he is my idea, he'll understand that something in this concept could possibly work. And if it works in one area, it will work in many areas. And I'm talking about piracy. It may or may not help piracy. In fact, I'm sure it will help piracy, and it will help lock down computers. You could even lock a bank vault with it. You could lock a bank vault. You could secure mobile phones. You could secure anything. You could use it for, even use it with the banks, so the banks would use it. In fact, I've been into the banks and asked them, but I told a couple of tellers in there, because they said, well, tell me, I'll see what I can do. And they said, well, hey, it's a good idea. But I never heard nothing back. But I didn't tell them the whole idea, obviously, just in case they did nick it. And then I would say, well, you've nicked my idea. And they would say, well, prove it. I'll say, well, it's highly unlikely that I would steal an idea from the bank. It's highly unlikely that the bank would tell me something about, something that they're doing that would probably be in secret anyway. But I have more. I didn't tell the full idea. I told them the foundation of the idea. And I also can prove that it's my idea because of where it comes from. And I did a website, God Does Exist site, in 2008. And the domain name has been registered since then. I have changed the domaining because I did do website online. So if somebody has stolen my idea, I have got proof that it is my idea. And I have got more information and a better system that goes on top of it, because it was my idea. But who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But I'm hoping that I've had to tell a few people in my life. I've actually told a government official that I had a security solution, and that went dead in the water. So something that's of national security that could actually help the country as well. I thought, maybe it was important, but apparently it's not. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how people's minds work. I mean, somebody could go, yes, that's okay. It is national security. It is worth a look at. We are spending $25 billion a day. It's only going to be a small portion of money just to go and hear his idea, isn't it? So why don't we go and do that? But instead, over 2 years, you look at it, 365 days at $25 billion a day for over 2 years now. I've had the idea, and I've managed to get nowhere with it. And I've tried to get in front of Richard Branson, but nobody voted for a security solution. I don't know whether it's because they didn't understand it, whether it's just because it's people I know and they didn't want to vote for me. I don't know. I did ask, and I didn't get no votes. Didn't they want a security solution? I thought it was important. People's finances and everything. I thought that was very important to people in life. So I'm just wondering why I'm not worth hearing. That I believe I've solved a problem, and Why can't I get in front of the right people? I can't afford to bring this to mind. This is a massive deal. When I started to do a business plan, I've never worked with billions and trillions before. I've only worked in pounds and pence. So you can imagine that looking at billions and trillions and having to, what would I have to do? What work would I have to? I'm a carpet fitter by trade, so I would have to undergo a completely revamp of life. I would have to try and, I firstly would become a businessman. So I'd have to become a businessman in some way and have some business acumen. I would need contacts. I would need financial backing. I would need something. So what have I got? I've got the foundation of a good idea, which is where anything comes from, is the basis of a good idea. If you've got a good idea and you can solve a problem, in marketing, that's called something good, because you can fill a gap in the market. If you can fill a gap in the market, there is something good there. So what do you need then? You need somebody that will back you, your idea. I've not managed to find anybody that's willing to back a security solution, and I don't understand why. So please, will somebody help me? Because like binary, which is the basis of the computer language, I'm led to believe, if it is infinite, then we've got something there that's infinitely working, and this is infinite in nature too. So it should make a good basis for something solid on the internet, I would have thought. Thank you.